very much for your time, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
Mm. I hope you're well.
I'm well, thank you so much.
Mm.
By the grace of God.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, we saw a letter from the lawyers for Mr. Ofori Atta'S, the local lawyers at least. I'm sure you've seen that statement that they've put out. Exactly, explain to us what that means.
Unfortunately, I've not seen the statement, but I've seen the general proposition of the court and what the judge is looking to determine now, and the adjournment to 27th of April. If you can briefly tell me what is in the
Okay,
letter.
so they are saying in their letter that Mr. Ofori Atta'S was released from ICE detention pursuant to a judicial order. He's home with his family. That's on April 7, 2026. So they're indicating that there's not been a final determination of the case, but he's been released from ICE detention. Is that to suggest that they've succeeded in their plea for bail?
Yes, they've succeeded in the plea for bail because the last time we spoke, or the last time the court sat, if you remember, Ken was still in there, and I had said somewhere that he being in there would be quite uncomfortable for him because in all immigration detention centers, it's not as comfortable as your room. So it is always important to look for ways and means to get out of the place. And if you are also out of the place on bail, it waters the whole matter a little bit down for the reason that then the court has seen that you are not flight risk. That is the reason why they've granted you that bail. So when I heard that Mr. Ofori Atta'S has been granted bail, I went into it to see what the reasons would be. And the judge has said that he has no reason keeping him there. Now, this is what we have to know. Even in criminal matters, and mind you, this Mr. Ofori Atta'S matter is not even a criminal matter. Even in criminal matters, especially in advanced countries like England and Wales and US and all that, bail is a given because they have ways and means to monitor. For example, in England, they can tag you, they will see all your movement. There are some radios you cannot go, and if you try going, the tag is going to squeeze your ankle. And other areas too, you have to report every day, and they see you. The reason why here bail has not been so is that bail has been seen as punishment, even incarceration to start with. Stay at the cell. That's why somebody will say that, listen, get him arrested on a Friday. The CID will definitely not be there on a Saturday. Go for funeral. He returns on Monday. Will not come to the office, so you go in about up to Tuesday before. It is not like that. In advanced countries, you can even get bail at midnight. I've even bailed clients at midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. It's not about individual person who arrested the person, but it is about the system working. And if you've met the conditions and everything that goes with the bail, then you'll be out. So this is the reason why he is out. The judge has seen on the face of it that he doesn't have any reason to keep him there, and for that matter, he's not a flight risk. But that does not go into the determination of the matter at stake now. The judge will go into that matter later.
I see. Because I heard you initially say it sort of waters down the issue.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
What it means is that at the face of it, what lawyers will call the prima facie of the whole thing means that there is a lot to talk about. And the man we are talking about is not even a flight risk. The man we are talking about is not as dangerous as it looks that he is, to the court. Mind you, the court has no dog in the race. The court is supposed to be determined on fairness, and the court really rely on evidence, nothing else. The court doesn't matter. They don't care what is happening in Ghana, whether he will come or he will not come. The court doesn't care. The court cares about is it indeed that his case is that serious that you are looking for him, and that if I leave him, he's going to go to fly to another country where they don't have a extradition treaty with Ghana, so therefore he's going to stay there, or should I not? So the court, of course, will take his passport and particulars in order to make sure and put conditions, make sure it doesn't fly. But if the court determines generally that it's not a flight risk, that is the watering down of the whole thing that I'm talking about here. As we speak, if you get any people smugglers to smuggle him to a country which do not have a extradition treaty with Ghana, then of course we cannot even use the treaty to say that he come back home. Do you understand? So where he is now, I mean, coming from the ISIS detention center to his comfortable bed means that it's been watered down for him. I don't know what the future would hold, and I can't predict.
But the interesting thing we are learning today is that the cases, the extradition and this matter of the ICE detention are two separate matters.
Yes.
Does that matter?
Yes, it does. It does matter. You see, ICE's determination is ICE is only taking care of their borders. That's just what they do. They're just immigration people. You understand? So even if you have a extradition letter and you are sending to the U.S. government, it doesn't go to ICE. ICE will have no reason to see this. It goes straight to the U.S. Department of Justice for Department of Justice to liaise with the Attorney General of U.S. and the Attorney General will hold on and get their lawyers to go and determine that. And that is established and bound by treaty that we have. So if it's well written, it's well done, and Ghana is exercising its treaty right for a former finance minister to come back to Ghana, that will be purely determined by the U.S. judicial system, the justice system, the Justice Department in the U.S., and that has nothing to do with ICE. ICE's one they are doing is whether the gentleman has overstayed or he hasn't overstayed, whether he's illegal immigrant or he's an illegal immigrant. And that one, yes, ICE can go to court and still, ICE can go to court and still have their case stated, and it will be back and forth whilst Mr. Ofori Atta'S is on bail and at home. It happens everywhere. You know, we have clients who had got to airport in Heathrow, and what they said before they're going to take their visas is different from what they are saying to the border force at Heathrow, and they are detained. Subsequently, we come in, we have the interviews, and we apply for bail, and they come out where the case is being determined. Sometimes the case goes as far as 6-7 months before it's finished determined. Sometimes even over a year. And the people will be at liberty to go about their normal duties as normal whilst they live in England until it is determined. And sometimes at the end of the determination, the court will say that, no, go back to your country. You are not fit and proper to be here. You don't have the right documentations to be here, so go back to your country. Sometimes the court will say, no, stay, depending on what the people will tell the court.
So this matter could be a long, drawn-out matter.
And that is what Ofori Atta'S is doing. And I'm surprised. I think, and I'm sorry to say this, I think that our Justice Department here is not really putting its foot down and is not doing what it's supposed to really, really do. Me, I was surprised when I heard that the judge says that he hasn't seen any evidence of any extradition from us. I am sure that the Justice Department here involved in this matter would have sent it out there, the extradition. We have seen the effort that the Justice Department had made in putting Ofori Atta'S on red alert, Interpol red alert, and all that, and all the hullabaloo that has gone back and forth with Ofori Atta'S. So I'm sure that extradition request had gone. But the question is, where did it go? If it hadn't gone to the right office, the judge would not see it. And what could also happen by 27th April, when the judge sits down again, it could be that the extradition request hasn't come. If he doesn't see it, he would keep on telling Ken to go home. At some point, if the judge gets frustrated, he'll forget about it. He'll forget about it and just go on about the main case and determine whether Ofori Atta'S should stay there or not. And that will mean that if it may influence the judge's even decision if Ofori Atta'S is seeking for asylum, that he will be persecuted if you go back home, the judge will grant it. For the simple reason that we've made a lot of noise about Ofori Atta'S. Everyone is looking for Ofori Atta'S. The entire country is looking for Ofori Atta'S. But there's simple evidence to say that please bring this person to us because he has questions to answer. We cannot even show that to the court. What would tell the court or what would infer, and this is going to be an adverse inference to the judge, for the judge to know that, listen, this guy is being hounded wrongly. It can swing somewhere. So if we are really serious to get Ken Ofori Atta to come down, then we have to put our foot down.
Well, so it looks like it will be there are quite very interesting days ahead.
Yes.
In terms of where how this matter proceeds next.
Yes.
I see.
Very, very.
La, thank you. Thank you very much for
Welcome.
making time.
Welcome.
He is a UK-based immigration lawyer, private legal practitioner, and this and that. So join us on the line, taking us to exactly 47 minutes past 9. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back.